This is my brand new sewing machine that I bought. What can I say about this sewing machine other than it scares the shit out of me? It's not like a first class from New York to Tokyo, but it is business class. I have been in a Sewingbetriebe, which is a sewing circle, a quilting circle, for 5 weeks, in which, to the surprise of no one, I was the slowest and the worst. But I was working on a machine that was like premium economy, like definitely not Coach. I don't know Bernina even makes Coach. It was the 570, not the 590. When I told my dad how much this sewing machine cost, like, he actually was like, how much do sewing machines cost? Like $1,000? And I laughed because I was like, no. Maybe like 50 years ago. But there's so much that I can do with this machine once I learn how to use it and I'm not terrified of it. I do love to do slow stitching by hand. Unfortunately, I am getting like carpal tunnel syndrome. And since I've now taken up quilting, because obviously I needed another hobby, it was like that or bread making, and I just was like, kitchen, no. Apparently also, quilters are not, like, they don't sew apparel, and the people who sew clothes don't quilt, which doesn't make any sense to me. But because I do so much mixed media stuff and I do like all of my scrappy stuff, and I needed to have a machine that could embroider and also sew. There's the machine itself, which is quite beautiful, but there's also okay, this is a 3-sole walking foot with a seam guide. I believe that this is for people who want to quilt on their top layers, which I will not be doing. Yes, here's another thing that I learned about quilting. When you, like, basically you get a quilt pattern and all you're making is the top. All of like the designs that are actually on the quilt, unless you're Amish and in a Sewingbetriebe or whatever the equivalent of a sewing bee is there, there's like a special, like a whole other side hustle for people who do those designs on top of quilts. It might be cool for some of my mixed media projects where I can just like zing around. Maybe not. This is just the big book of stitches, like all what that sewing. I don't actually, I don't know. Oh, somebody. Oh, this is. Oh, oh, wow. I'm gonna do that to my sewing machine. Can I have that? Look at. Oh, what? Things keep falling out of here. What? This is Cafe Fawcett. He's like a really famous. I love Tula, by the way. That's a fabric company. Does he do Tula? Tula's my favorite. I don't know what this is. I think, oh, the Walking Foot does all of these cool, actually, you know what? I don't know. That can't be true. I think this is just like all of the stitches that are programmed inside here. But you can't just be like, let me just do this. You need to change the foot. You need to hoop. It's like a whole thing. Okay. This is like supposed to be some sort of storage compartment for you to keep all of your stuff in. But let me just tell you where I'm at. I couldn't even figure, those are sewing needles. I couldn't even figure out how to put these in here. Like, it just doesn't, Like, yeah, that makes sense, sort of. But like, what about that one? And like, you can put bobbins in there. I'm gonna need a bobbin, so I'll take one out. Okay. This is the user manual. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm terrified. My car has a thinner one than this. But this is it when you have the embroidery hoop on. No clue. No idea. This is like a packet of goodies. I mean, look, I don't understand. This is a high thread tension bobbin case that cost $130. I don't even know what that means. Hi there. No, nothing. This is a Bernina stitch regulator. I don't know what that means. Comes with a book. Why would you need a stitch regulator? Thankfully, it looks like that. What's happening here? Luckily, included with my sewing machine are many classes, so that I can learn what this stuff actually does. I just need it to be like a basic sewing machine today. Let's turn this puppy on. Can you see that? Bernina, made to create. It takes a while. She doesn't want to get going right away. She's like, calm down. It's telling me that my presser foot is, something is going on, which I realize. And also, does that need to be down? What the 3A? No, I don't have my 3A is not on there. It's the one, it's the 1C that's on there. But you know what it doesn't have? Like, this is normally the place on the sewing machine where like you can press your foot up and down, but it's not a 3A. It is not. It is a 1C. Okay, 1C. I've successfully put in the 1C, and my hope is that now like it will just magically, there's this cool little lever here, which I cannot find, that you can actually use your knee to like open, like just open the foot a little bit instead of having to like lift it from behind. But I don't know where that is. I'm a little worried about this. Like, why isn't it? Oh, it went down! Haha! Oh, good luck ever getting it up again. All right, first of all, we need to thread the bobbin. I am using like maybe, I don't know, I thought I had a dark blue. Somewhere in my world, there are a bunch of actual spools of thread. I don't know where they are. And so I'm just gonna have to use what I have. We're gonna thread the bobbin. One of the really cool features of this machine, which I'll sort of turn it around. look, I'm not going to be sewing like this. I'm not a lunatic. But for the purposes of the bobbin, what I love is that it shows you how it works. Now, in most American sewing machines, I know this because my sewing machine in Iceland, like Sveina needed to actually send me a video because I didn't understand why the bobbin would not be dropping from here. Okay. You put your bobbin on like that. Then you put your guy on like that. Oh, I don't know where the stopper is. I feel like maybe it comes with an extra stopper, I hope. I thought I saw it on the floor. This is probably totally wrong, but yeah, it feels very wrong. But it will, that doesn't seem right. That's definitely not right. No, that won't let me. No, I need the small. This is very frustrating. I'm so defeated. Let's just see how it works without that little white thing. So it tells you with dashed lines how you're supposed to thread it and then how you're supposed to thread the bobbin, which I really love. It goes like that, and then it just sort of, it goes like that. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. It's not on there. It needs to hook on. Okay. And then I don't need too much because this is not, you know, a massive thing that I'm sewing. Now I'm gonna, look, it just tells you how it works. It's not as easy as it looks. It also doesn't tell you the obvious, which is that you have to thread it from like under one of these little holes here. Where's it coming out of from that one? That one just doesn't even have it threaded through one of those holes. But I'm pretty sure you need to, because that's what my teacher said. Put it in here. I'm going to follow the guide. Goes through here. We'll know in short order if I've done it right or not. In my mind, I'm great at so many things. They should just put that on my tombstone. In Amy's mind, she's great at many things. In reality, not so much. Okay, so I'm sewing. I just did that. Get away. I'm gonna go to the home screen. Yes, okay, I'm doing that. All right, so now I'm gonna actually thread the needle and hope that I am this at a disadvantage here because I'm trying to show you guys at the same time. So you go down here, there's lots of little guides that show you. 3 should click. Apparently it should click. I I shouldn't be touching this. This my first instinct is always to touch the, okay, it's in. And then 5 goes through here, and then you thread your, oh, this is gonna be fun. You thread the needle. Now, okay, calm down. I just want to thread the needle, but it's not, oh, this is a little different than the one. Okay, well, you know, I'm excited too, but I've got to thread the needle. You've got to put it over here. Oh my God. What are you doing? Look, I can't do this. Just hold on. Try like a scrap piece of fabric before I attempt to sew anything. See, I don't understand. Like put. This cannot be right. This does not look, none of this looks right. I'm just saying. This isn't feeding right. This doesn't lift up. It's in. It's not pretty. It's not even coming off the thing. Now I have to do this all again. All right, let me figure this out.